Welcome to the Jeff Crilley Show. And now, here's Jeff Crilley.
Welcome back to the final segment of the Jeff Crilley Show. This is a great segment coming up here. The Texas Wall Street Women. This was formed to help bring women together in the financial services industry for some serious networking, mentorship, education, and philanthropy. My guests right now, Shea Davis and Sallie Behnke. Welcome to the Jeff Crilley Show.
Welcome. Thanks for having us.
Very cool. Okay, so tell us what Texas Wall Street Women is all about and how it got started.
Absolutely. In 2008, there was a group of women predominantly in the alternative industry space, and they brought women together, and they wanted to have a focus on supporting women in financial services. We are definitely not anti-man. We are just very pro-woman. In fact, I would say that 25% of our constituency is men. And we like men supporting women in the industry. They have the majority of the senior positions, and so they need to be giving the hand up and encouraging the diversity. And so the organization came together, and we have three pillars, as you mentioned, the networking and mentoring. They go hand in hand, education and philanthropy, and is the three legs of the stool. And the networking and mentoring, women historically haven't been as good at networking as men. And that's why we do the mentoring and networking to really try and help young women on their career start in financial services. Education is always important. You want to make sure you're giving the tools to the women to be successful. My favorite education event I ever went to, it was held at Aiken Gump, one of the local law firms. They supported us. And we had a speaker come in, and he made us bring our laptops and show an important email. And then he helped us rewrite it for effectiveness. And it was such a clever thing. And it's one of those things that it's so easy once you hear it and do it, but we had never done it. And so we had to critique each other's emails and fix them. And now I get better response. Wow. So is that me in financial services, or is that just me being a better communicator in my job? And then philanthropy, the third pillar is our foundation that we support is the Young Women's Preparatory Network. And it's such an amazing, amazing group. They are an all-women school system in Texas for college prep, high school system, 6th grade through 12th. And the first school was formed in Dallas, the Irma Lerma Rangel for the Advancement of Young Women. Mm-hmm. It's a mouthful. I hope I said it correctly. It's amazing. They have had a 100% graduation rate.
Wow.
Since 2004 in a DISD school.
That's amazing.
100% graduation rate. It works.
That's a great story that needs to be told. Sallie, let's bring you in on this. We talked a little bit about networking and women not being as good as men. Why would that be?
You know, I don't think it's necessarily that women aren't as good, but we're not necessarily trained to do it the same way that men are. So men, from a very early age, they're always talking about business. They can be, out playing golf. They can be at the gym, and they're talking about women, about networking, and women sometimes. Women, on the other hand, we're talking about our kids a lot of times. So it's nice to have these organizations that have these events where the focus is to meet other women who are in your field of business that can help you or that you can just learn from.
One of the things that I've heard is that the art of networking is really about giving first, and that if you come in and it's just a place where you're exchanging business cards to try and get money from somebody, you're going to fail.
Definitely. And that's one of the greatest things about, Texas Wall Street Women is that we help other women find jobs. I've now been in the organization for, I guess, about 4 years. And I have, been instrumental in helping a couple people get jobs. And it's all because they came to the events, I met them, and we were able to connect them with other people who needed their services. It's pretty exciting.
Okay, Shea, let's talk about some of the educational opportunities. So you mentioned the rewriting of the emails, which I think is wonderful, and I know a lot of our listeners would, including myself, would love to learn how to have more effective communication. What are some other educational opportunities?
We try and have, first let me back up. We have events every month in Dallas, Houston, Austin, and we recently added Fort Worth. We try to have networking and education events every month, one or the other. And so the education events have ranged from the email writing to we've taught networking. So it was still an education event, but it was really focused on how do you network better. We had one of the local stores, Tootsie's, in the Preston Center area, held an event on packing and fashion. And it's an education event, and it focused on how could you pack minimally for a business trip and look professional.
Wow, that's great.
And the packing idea, I have to say, I've traveled a lot. I thought, they can't teach me this. They taught me the plus sign of packing, which I know sounds silly. It works like nobody's business.
Really?
And so they don't have to sit down and read a book and how should you invest in this derivative. They're how to be educational. Their intent is to make you a better professional.
Yes. And Sallie, let's talk about the philanthropy side, because that's very important. I find, especially our first guest, Audra, was talking about millennials wanting to get involved in something that stands for something more than the almighty dollar. Is the philanthropy piece important to your members?
Definitely. That's one of the most exciting parts of the organization. So we support, as Shea mentioned before, the Young Women's Preparatory Network, or YWPN for short. And it's amazing to see these girls. And so by giving back to them, we see that they're able to go on, graduate high school, and go on to college. We have an event, our main annual event. It comes once a year. It's on April 28th this year. And the ticket cost, part of the proceeds, are going to go to benefit that school, which is the main, as a nonprofit, that's our main charity that we give to. So
that's awesome. Do you ever get a chance to see the young people after they've graduated and they come back and thank you?
Yeah. We actually see that quite a bit. So as part of the organization, and that we're so involved with our charity, the Young Women's Preparatory Network, we have the opportunity not only to mentor the young girls, but also at our annual event on April 28th, they come back and they tell us what it's been like to go through the schools and what they've gained from it. And we see them present, and they're just remarkable women. It's really exciting.
Mm-hmm.
That's really powerful.
It's been fun. A couple years ago, I got the good fortune to mentor one of the high school seniors. And Texas Wall Street Women, we bring women in to do this, to have a mentorship program, and you're with the girl for her entire senior year. And we keep in touch afterwards. We're on LinkedIn, and I get to see how she's doing. And so it doesn't have to end at graduation. And as Sallie mentioned, we have the girls come to our events. And we want to encourage that because we want to foster the next generation of women in financial services.
That's great. And you said there's chapters right now in 3 Texas cities?
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Dallas, Houston, Austin.
Are there plans for other cities at some point?
Absolutely. We just brought Fort Worth online, and San Antonio should be coming soon.
Fantastic. What do you need right now in terms of, obviously you would love people to go to the website and sign up for the April 28th event. Do you need sponsorships? Do you want companies?
Sponsorships are definitely a great way for companies to get involved. I had mine participate in one last year, actually for a couple of years now, and they've seen amazing results. Not only do they get to come to all of the events, but they get the benefit of having their own employees go to the events as well, and people that are looking for other jobs. It might be a great fit. So corporate sponsorships, go to our website, which is TXWSW.com, and you can read all about the corporate sponsorships that are still available.
My guests right now, Shea Davis and Sallie Behnke with Texas Wall Street Women. This was formed, I'm trying to remember now, it was at 2008. 2008. And at the time, was there nothing like this out there? There
wasn't on this level. There's 85 broads, 100 women in hedge funds. They were very siloed into a particular area of the financial services industry. And one of the keys to Texas Wall Street Women, we now have over 2,000 members.
Wow.
When I joined in 2005, we had around 1,300.
Wow.
So we're growing, which is excellent. And the men being a part of it, that has increased as well, which is nice.
Absolutely. I heard one time that the secret to a great networking organization is to lift as you climb. Do you find that the members that you're attracting are coming in the spirit of, I want to help somebody else out?
Definitely. It's so interesting. Today's show, we've had quite a bit of discussion about millennials and their passion for philanthropy and helping others in general. And we see that. We have, our membership ranges from people that have just graduated school to people that have been working, for 30, 40 years. And we do see, though, a lot of the new members, the younger members coming in, that's a big part of it. They want to help other people. And we love to be part of that.
I know we hear a lot about the old boys club. Do you find that is that label being shed for the next generation? Will there be a time when women don't even recognize that there was an old boys club, or is that a barrier that the glass ceiling? And
I think tragically it's still there. They're still doing studies and showing that in the hedge fund area, the women aren't fundraising as well. And the shocking part is their funds are performing better, but they're not getting the same capital. I think what I see is that the women, the generation above me, clawed their way to the top. They fought for it. And it paved the way for our age to be able to do it. Right. It was now acceptable. And our job is to give the hand up for the next generation. It's still there. And I think our goal is for the next generation to not even know it was.
Okay. Wow. What a great segment. Give us the website one more time.
TXWSW.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much. What a great show. And we'll see everybody next week.
KFXR.